said, whoa!
Shit, I need to pull that.
Come on, let's bypass this shit. Josh is pissed. We got an old handicapper in front of us.
Nope.
Leaving the customer's house, I didn't get to film any at all. I'm sorry about that. I talked to her about it later on at the visit. She said that would actually be cool if I do document the repair. So tomorrow morning when the part comes in, I'm actually going to have you guys with me. All right. So check this out. We're on site right now. Got the setting up the camera. I got the battery disconnected, you know, step old number one. So the starter, you can see the nose cone to it, kind of sort, if you want to refer to that as the nose cone, and the solenoid on it right there. It's up under these upper and lower hoses. I've never seen a starter on a 3.5 liter. I've never done one. I don't know if they're all like that. I've never seen one that mounts up like that before. It's got that, that's very interesting. It's kind of like an import starter mixed in with a, like an old school style where it just bolts right up. And I got more customers blowing me up. Alright, well, I'm gonna start digging into this. I'll keep y'all rolling. Alright, so let's dig in here. Got me a ratchet. Got me a wobble. So it don't look all that complicated. Looks like it's got two 14 mil bolts holding it in. Yeah, it don't look bad at all. Might need to go get some more extensions. Tell you what, it's hard working out here in this bright sun. It's hard to see everything. There's such a bright contrast on everything. Yeah, I gotta grab another extension. I'll be right back. So that bolt, I'm even having trouble seeing it. It's tucked in up under the EGR. Here we go, got a good bite on it. Oh, she's tight. Oh man, very tight. That extension that wobble I'm using right there was definitely taking up a lot of the torque right there. That's why it was so hard to get that to break. It's about, I believe it's about 2 o'clock right now. Let me look at my phone. Yep, it's almost 3 o'clock. The sun is directly overhead. It is beaming down today. I'm gonna go ahead and pull this transmission dipstick out of the way, set it over here, because that will be in the way when I try to shimmy the starter out. Got some kind of breather line for the tranny. Might have to temporarily relocate to get it out the way. There we go, that's one bolt. Should have brought some gloves with me, I think. One bolt out. One more bolt to go. Alright, for this one I'm gonna put my extensions like that with my wobble. Oh, this extension's messed up. I put too much torque through it. I don't like to hold on to things. These are snap-on wobble extensions. They're not made, see what I said? They're not made for high torque. Poor old me abuses the crap out of them. Alright. Got this, this little plug's kinda got this wire right in our way. See if I can't fish around it. There we go, I'm on the bolt. Last few days I've been calling nuts bolts and bolts nuts repetitively. I've been getting them dyslexically mixed up. Don't know why. Ow, dang. It's the last bolt. I still have the starter wires hooked up, but that's fine. I'm gonna try to take them off with it pulled up here a little where I can get to it better. Alright, there's that bolt. Surprised I didn't call it a nut. Let's see if I can pull it out. Got it. Okay. So yeah, that's not too bad. Let's see if I can't. There's that one right there. I'll go ahead and, can you see that? Let's see. I don't know if you can see that because of the battery, but right there. Yeah, you can barely see it. Right there's the hot leg on the starter right there. Got to take that off. It actually looks like it's a 12 mil. So let's put that on there. Yep, feels pretty good to me. I believe this motor is called a J32. The engine code on this motor. These are pretty nice motors. Using a Pittsburgh flex head. You might be asking why. Simple. When it breaks, I know where the store's at versus hunting down a truck. Ain't nothing wrong with the truck distributors, but we have a local Harbor Freight or Princess Auto, as Northerns like to call it. See that pink line? If I can pinch my skin. Alright, let's get that nut off that leg, off that lead. Pull that up and over. We have the battery disconnected. Now there's one more wire. Starter signal wire. This one looks like it's just a flat bladed clip with a cover over it. It's going to be my guess. And sure enough, that's exactly what it is. Whenever you're taking something apart, obviously you can refer to the new unit you have for reference. Wow, so I'm going to pull this engine cover off. This is a pretty big starter, and it is being bear hugged by these radiator hoses. Got my 3 bolts up there on the cowl. Put the dipstick up there as well. I need a flathead screwdriver. I do have one with me. I have a 7/32. I think that's a number 1. Right tool for this job, but that'll do just dandy. So that comes off just like so. Let's set it over. Well, I say set it, I freaking throw it. Alright, and then I got this little bracket right here that holds the upstream O2 sensor and probably the downstream O2 sensor. I'm going to take that. That is a giant 14 mil for that little bracket. I'm going to take that off and see if I can't move that out the way. Say 14, but yeah, it's a 14. Okay. So yeah, tell me in the comments. I think this is a J32 or I don't know. Once we take the start off, we'll probably see the engine coating. Actually, this is that nicer one. People like to turbo this one because it has no exhaust manifold external. It collects inside the head. Mitzi, what's his name? Mitsumoto, that Honda guru on YouTube. He actually just
turbocharged one of these, or it's a K. I can't keep up with him. I don't watch enough videos on YouTube, to be honest. Not as many as I could. So when you're working on other people's stuff, you just gotta be chill. Don't be in no hurry. Don't be frantic. And you gotta remember, if something happens, you just gotta do what you gotta do to make it right. Whether the customer likes to hear it or not. If it means you have to, like right now I'm putting a starter on this car. If something were to happen to inhibit me from fixing this vehicle right now, and I had to tow it to my house to finish the job, and that's what it's gonna have to take. Gotta get the job done. Alright, so it's moving. There we go, making some headway now. There's a seal, a oil shim on that. It's interesting. Alright, I'm gonna put down this camera. I need two hands. About got it. It's like giving birth to a freaking starter. There it goes. And it's got a bracket on it. That's why it's so hard to get out. You can see, I'll take a picture of it for y'all. See what I'm talking about. I'll put that in the video if I remember. Alright, look at this flatheads. See if I can't pop this clip off. Now I don't know about you guys, but when it comes time to build custom things and do projects and whatnot, this kind of stuff right here, all these OEM clips and everything they put on these motors to ensure that they stay together, this stuff drives me insane. Like, I'm not even sure why they would need such a heavy duty clamp right here on the back of the starter motor to hold this signal wire. I can't even get it off. It's bending the metal. Wish I would have noticed it before. Maybe when I had the starter at a better orientation, I could have simply just popped it off. But I don't know. I'll get this up here. There we go, right there. That's the end I need to be working from. Which, I mean, I knew that. I was just trying to see if I couldn't get it to pop off. Get some of the caulk I got, you know what I'm saying? So there's that. The old starter is out. Okay. Here's that shim. Looks like it took a damn beating. It's paper thin, no wonder. I don't know why they got all that crazy stuff going on right there with this. But got the new starter. Yeah. Let's doesn't look like there's anything too important. Dang, I cut my finger. God. So far this is a one skin cut, one skin pinch kind of job. She's a tight one. She's a little tight ass. Push that back through like so. Put that over there. I'm gonna try to. I'm gonna leave that gasket. That's a gasket actually. I said shim just because, you know, starter first nomenclature to the brain was shim. This is actually a metal gasket, just like a head gasket, except there's not multiple layers. It's not an MLS. I mean, it may be, but it just looks like it's one sheet. a piece of metal that is softer. So like let's say your metal's hardness is 99% hard or 100%. If you get a piece of metal that happens to be 99% as hard as a metal, boom, you just found the perfect material for sealing. Most of the time, depending on the application and whatnot, because that it's as hard as it can be without it being too soft and being slightly softer than the metal it's trying to marry. Makes a nice uniform seal. So I got this vacuum one right here. It's kind of all over in the place. It won't come off. Where's that screwdriver? Might need to use my old persuasion stick here. Got it. Alright. So let's see how this goes. Put that back down in there. So this is a, to recap, this is an Acura TL S-type, or Type S. Okay, starter's about where it needs to be. Just like that. Whoops, I dropped a bolt. Being a dumbass. There it is. Oh, it's down there. Oh, I got my tips on it. I dropped it. Got it. So that goes like that. Let's try this again. This gasket's really what makes it hard. Because you gotta sit here and play with this stupid gasket and all that when you're just trying to put a starter in. Holy cow. It's a pretty big explosion down the road. Oh, that was a semi-truck tire. Wow. Yeah, sounds like old Peterbilt just lost his tire up there. I don't know if the camera picked that up. That was pretty cool. Hopefully no one got hurt. 100 PSI. Semi-truck tire blowing out ain't no joke. So if I was in my service truck, I'd be opting for right about now I'd be using some kind of adhesive or some kind of like lithium grease or something of that nature to try and keep that metal gasket adhered to the block or the starter, because that was a pain in the ass, but it's in there and the threads are starting. Grab my other bolt before we crank down on the top bolt that I have started. Let's verify that it should go right in. There was a little hidden dowel on that starter flange surface. So I broke the golden rule, fellas. I didn't compare the two starters to make sure that they were the same. I just kind of looked at that nose cone and assumed that they were the same. Alright, so we are already at the 51% mark, maybe a little more actually, because we have the bolts started. Now we are going to start tightening the bolts. If I can find that fork, here it is. It's on my ratchet right here. I didn't bring any impacts or anything. I wanted to do this all by hand. Sometimes that's just the best way to do it. I mean, there ain't no rusty iron here. This is all CAD engineered aluminum. There's no need to freaking use impacts on everything. Sometimes you do a better job when you can not wear gloves and feel it by hand. I wear gloves though. Don't think I'm saying I don't use gloves. I like to protect. Like, this looks like crap. But sometimes there are certain projects of mine when I'll be working on some of my stuff, and I will sacrifice the cleanliness of my hands to get a better feel on what it is that I'm working on. There's that. I can hear that gasket seating. See if I can't get my socket. Alright, got it. Start tightening up this bottom one. Alright, and the famous name of AVE. Click! A little bit more. Click! Don't be a dick for the next guy. Put it on right. Of the hoses. Let's take that off. Take off the lock washer, which apparently don't do shit for retaining bolts under load or vibration. I think a nylon nut would do better. Not on an electrical setup, but just speaking out loud. Probably waiting for me to say it. Nord lock. I don't know. AVE just tested the Nord locks with his little setup, and they didn't look all that conclusive. It seemed like I mean, they're definitely doing something. Can't remember. I'm trying to think about the video. I watched it a few nights ago. Seems like it held the torque longer, but it definitely didn't create a spike for foot-pounds or inch-pounds to break it free in reverse. So right now, trying to finger this nut on, trying to catch that starter thread, but I'm getting ate up by this lower radiator hose. The engineers thought it would be a great idea to let it ride right on there. There we go. I'm holding it up with my left hand. And I'm holding this rubber boot back. All in the name of trying to get this nut started. Alright, thank God it started. My anxiety. I get anxiety when I can't start bolts. Must be out of the zone here. I keep dropping everything. I'm normally pretty good about not dropping shit. Boom, right on the money. So, I don't know what area of the world you guys live in, but I'm in North Georgia, and this pollen is tearing my ass up right now. I feel like I just got done eating drywall. My nose isn't runny, my eyes aren't runny, but damn, I sure can feel it in the back of my throat. About to go snort a Gatorade. Alright. Signal wire is next. Where did it go? There it is. Come here, little star signal wire. Shove that on there good. Put this vacuum line back on, like so. I gotta run back to the house here in a little bit for this same vehicle because... Hello?
Hey man, this is Jeremy with Autozone.
Hey Jeremy, what's up, dog?
Not much, man. Dallas gave me your number, man. I got somebody up here broke down.
Which AutoZone are you at?
Thompson Bridge Road.
Thompson Bridge? Heck yeah, I just left there. Alright, I'm about done putting on this starter. I'll head up.
We need. It's a 2000 model Blazer. I think you'll just need a few tools. But how much you think you charge to do that?
Is her name Cassie?
No.
Okay.
Her name is Roxanne, like the song.
Okay, yeah, I had a starter issue on a Blazer yesterday. How much would I charge?
Yeah.
Just to replace and remove a starter? Probably about $100. I need to go grab my floor jack. I'm not in my big service truck right now.
Alright. Actually, it's pretty high off the ground. I don't even think you'll need a floor jack.
Okay. All right, yeah, I can be there in about 25 minutes.
Okay, yeah, come on down, man.
All right, thank you.
Uh-huh.
All right, see. See? Just like that. Another one. All right, so let's recap. You gotta stay focused. The world can wait. Never get impatient. Got my bolt back on. I got my vacuum line back on. Dipstick. I don't see any more parts remaining other than the battery terminal and some protective fascias. All right, so that's installed. That is a wrap. You know what? That actually works out great because I need to go to AutoZone to return this customer's core anyhow.
That's good.
So luckily this car does have a black interior. That's always a nice thing. Sounded pretty good to me. Starter in a row here this spring, nice and warm. You would think starter solenoids and starter motors would be going good, but even on my Facebook, my website and all that, I made a post, you know, right when the temperature started dipping down. I try to have a target market seasonal for repairs because I've been in this industry long enough to know, like here this spring, like right now, you would think people would be wanting AC work, HVAC work, AC work, AC work. You know, they're all out of Freon. Their compressor clutches and their compressor tolerances are all wore out. They freaking expansion blocks ain't working. Their condensers and cooling fans ain't pulling air like it should. Blah blah blah. But here I am getting all these no crank calls. How ironic. Yeah, I made a call saying something about we were running a promotion like right when it was in the middle of winter, something about having trouble cold start and having trouble cranking, having long crankings. Nobody bent the bait on any of that shit at all. So you never know what you'll get a call for. Got a customer right now, he's messaging me, wants us to come look at his stuff. He just did a manual 5-speed conversion. And he said it jerks or something while he's got it in gear under load, and he can't stand it, he hates it, he don't want to get stranded or whatever. His assumption was that the vehicle is trying to shift while he's got it locked out in, you know, whatever gear since he swapped it. There's honestly no fucking telling what that automatic ECU, PCM or TCM combo, however, whatever kind of vehicle it was, how it's set up and what it's trying to do, especially if it's like drive-by-wire or something. But two methods I know for converting a 5-speed and having it converted and driving normally. One, do it right. Put the neutral safety switch in on the clutch, hook the reverse light and the manual transmission harness up to the tranny, whatever. There might be temperature sensors there. I've even seen
manuals that know what gear you're in. There's range selectors on the shifter hat. There's all kinds of shit with doing a manual transmission swap to do it right. The starter signal circuit, it gets altered because it's no longer looking for park reverse. It's looking for clutch in or not. Some of them, like I said, they even look for neutral. But one way is to do it right. So get it done, do it right. The other way, which I've done, I did it on a 97 Power Stroke I used to have. I use an auto eat. This varies. Sometimes you can't get away with this, but I was able to. Leave the auto PCM in. Leave the range selector on the sensor that's on the side of the tranny for park rundle. Leave the range selector hooked in and affiliated to the wiring harness. Select that sensor to stay on neutral. So you're going to twist it from park, 1 click to reverse, 3 clicks until.
So I asked the customer if it was diagnosed correctly. He said he believes so, but he's not certain. So I'm gonna check the battery. Now a lot of guys nowadays are going to those digital battery checkers. I don't like none of that bullshit. I like me a good old toaster box. This is a high amperage one, so this one ain't gonna blow up or wear out over time. You just gotta be careful about knocking them around because the ceramic in them. So we got a good float on the battery. Now let's put it on the load. Yeah, that's a good battery. Good enough for a 4.3 V6. This is why I live in the woods, y'all. So I don't have to hear that kind of stuff right there. Wonder how much trouble Josh is going to have finding us that location. Man, I can't wait to put these on. It's going to be so much nicer. There's nothing wrong with these wheels. I just don't want 34-inch roaring tires. I just want my truck to look stock. And I want it to ride nice, not like ass. I'm stalling. I just got off the phone with Josh. He said he's right down the road from here. But the thing is, you don't want to, even a starter, you know, that starter's got 2 bolts and 2 little nuts to change it. Easy, right? Sure. But you know what? We have multiple people, me and him, who do this together for a reason. Because we don't want to get hurt. We're trying to live a nice, prosperous life. And if if I get my hand stuck up under that car and I'm all here by myself, there ain't gonna be nobody here to help me. The same goes for him. I mean, it's redundancy. Stick with the buddy system. It's always smart. Don't be in no hurry. Don't be a hotshot. Also, you know, when me and him started this little mobile fleet, whatever the hell you want to call it, we both agreed on. Everybody out there says, "Oh, you can't do it you can't do it with someone else. You won't make no money. You gotta do it by yourself. You gotta run a truck by yourself." That's just greedy. I don't know about you, but if I wasn't a mechanic and my car was broke down and I had to pay someone to fix it, I'd rather pay 2 guys that are in a partnership who come out and assess the situation, and we don't charge double necessarily. Maybe 25% more on certain jobs, but not 200% more. So the end goal is me and him are safer, me and him get a good laugh out of it. We're going to live longer, be happier, and our customer base is going to be more appreciative, in my opinion, of having 2 of us versus just one one snob out there trying to just, you know, chase all the money. It's not all about money. Not all about money. We're out here because we're trying to help our community, trying to meet people. That kind of stuff, you know what I mean? If we wanted to do this all to chase money, sure, me and him could be running around individually, mano, solo, but there ain't no fun in that.
That